Hey ye YouTubers, Tasman here, and we're going to do another Tasman's First Look. And today we're actually going to be learning a little bit more about adding mods to previous versions in the new launcher, and we're also going to talk about the different profiles. I know we did a really long one just a couple days ago, but I think the biggest thing we're going to focus on this one is actually getting some of your 152 mods to run on profiles that are set up as 152. I've been asked this a couple times in my emails and such. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, we are in version Minecraft Launcher version 1.08, and everything's pretty much the same. There has been a couple changes to the profile editor, and we'll go over those real quick. And everything else is pretty much the same other than that. So let's go ahead and begin since we have a lot to cover. So in the profile editor, I've cleaned everything up, so I have a brand new clean install for this. But when you first start, you have a default profile, which is called default. Its default is to set to the latest version, and of course there's no username linked to it yet. So if we double click this, there's multiple ways of getting into it. You can actually click it here and click Edit Profile. You can right click here. Oh, actually that's a different one. Or you can double click it here actually. There we go. And you can default. So we're going to change this, and what we're going to do is we're going to set up probably 3 profiles. One for my TasCraft, which is running 1.6.1. That way I can always connect to that. We'll have a profile for 152 native. That way we can connect to the Hypixel server without any mods and such. And then we're going to have a 1.52 that's designed to connect to my TasPlay LP series, that server, which is running a couple mods. And we're going to actually install those mods, which will also be good because if you ever are one of those people that get to join me on that server, you'll be able to use this to get the mods working properly, and everything will work good. So first of all, what we're going to do in this default one, we're going to change its name from default to TasCraft, and we're going to set the game directory. Now as of yet, it still doesn't have a browse button, so you do need to, whoops, we don't need that yet. You do need to pull up, unless you know your path. Here I have my MC installs on my E drive. We're going to go into TasCraft, which is empty right now. We're going to click up here once to give us the full path. Right click, copy, go back to our profile editor, click it once, 2, there we go, and we're going to put that in there. Now TasCraft, now what this checkbox right here is if we don't have that checked, you'll see here it only shows the latest version and release versions. If we click the checkbox, this will also show all the different snapshots. So that's more for something just for viewing and sorting, so you have you can easily view your release versions and such. We only need, for this example, we only need TasCraft running on 161. And because I usually, when I do my TasCraft, usually I record, so we're going to set the resolution. Now this is really neat because I used to have to use a little program called Sizer, which you've seen when I right click here, it says Fraps 720 or 720. Now if I'm using my Snagit, I use the 720. If I'm using Fraps, I use this one, which will get rid of the actual border. But for this, I actually want it to have the border. But with this, now I can enter in my Fraps dimensions for 720p, which is 1296 by 758. And now when I open this version or profile, when it opens 161, it will actually automatically be the right dimensions for my recording. Then we have down here the executable, which is where your Java version is. If you want to change it, let's say you have Java 6, for some reason you want to use that, you don't like 7, you just can change the path there. And then we have the Java virtual machine arguments. And this one that's default in there allocates 1 gig of RAM to your Minecraft. So if we change that to a 2, this is going to allocate 2. If we do 3, 4, so on and so forth, it will allocate more and more. Now what we're going to do is, now we have all our information here, we're going to save that profile. Now you see that this has changed to Tazcraft version 161. No user has been logged in. Now I'm not going to log in as me. I'm actually going to use DerbyFam, my daughter, because she hasn't moved to the Mojang account, which uses your email, which she will really shortly. So now that we've done that, now actually we'll cover that in just a second. Now you'll notice up here we have Tazcraft listed, and it's release 161. So if we go ahead and do DerbyFam, and we type in the password, and hit play, you'll see that in our Tazcraft folder, in just a minute, it's getting everything, and it is loading up our folder with our saves and everything else. And as you can see here now, the Minecraft window, hold on just a sec. There we go. I think I typed one of those things in wrong. Oh, actually, no, I know what it is. So now our Minecraft window is the size we want it, and we can play. So, and you can see it's 161. So we don't want 161. We're just setting that up to show you how to set up your default profile. Now, one thing is your options.txt. If you use the same key configurations between them, you can copy this options.txt file, or is it options.dat? I thought it was options.dat. Oh, hold on. I think I lied in one of my emails to someone. It is options.txt. Oh, it's servers.dat. That's right, options.txt. So anyway, options.txt, you can copy from one profile to the other, and that will keep all your settings as far as view distance, your rendering distance, your smooth lighting, and all that fun stuff. Your key, your default keys. So you could like copy that from there to 152, which we're going to set up next. Now let's go ahead, and now once again, now that we've logged out of that one, we can leave this there. We have an option here. We can either right click and do add profile, or we can come over here and click the new profile button. Both of them take you to the same place. We're just going to call this one 1.5.2. Alright, game directory we're going to set to, hold on, let's go grab that real quick, 152, and control copy, minimize, paste, and this is just straight 152, so we're going to go ahead and do 152. Now, one thing I mentioned, when I set my dimensions, it was actually larger than this, because with this one I used the 720 by 1240, but with Fraps, which I normally will record the actual Minecraft from, I use that other resolution, which is the 1296 by 758. And let's see, we're going to go ahead and allot 2 gigs for this one too. I could allot more. I have 8 gigs of RAM, so I could probably safely get away with maybe 4 because I don't have a lot of other things running. But 2 gigs is definitely safe for me. So let's go ahead. We'll save this profile. Now this one is going to be basically our template for our modded version, and we're going to get into that right here. So we're going to go ahead and change our profile that we're trying to use to 152, and you'll notice it automatically shows that we've never logged in. So let's go ahead and do it again. DERBYFAM, DerbyFam, and that. Oh, whoops. I think I did the wrong. There. Did I D-E? Oh, whoops. D-E-R-B-Y. Derby, fam. I didn't type it in wrong. Okay, so now it's going to load us up 152. Right there. All right. And these fraps 720, or not fraps. And if we go look at our folder again right here, we'll see now 152 has the old file structure with the texture pack folder and others. Okay, so now that we have our template, this is where it gets a little fun. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and quit the game. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into our app data, which is simply by going %app data and then the percentage again, and that takes us to our app data roaming profile. Double click on the Minecraft, go into versions, and here you'll see we have our 161 and our 152. Well, we want a custom one, and how we do that is we simply take 152 here, copy it, and we'll paste it. And we're going to call this one TazPlay, because that's my modded TazPlay. Now, here's the important thing. There can't be any spaces in any of these parts that are coming up. So if we come into TazPlay now, we can delete this folder up here because it will be recreated. The jar file we want to change to TazPlay. It needs to be exactly the same as, and I did 1Z on that, didn't I? Let's fix that. Alright, TazPlay. Alright. So now we do TAZZPLAY, TazPlay. And we name the JSON file, the Java, I don't know what JSON stands for. So let's go TAZZPLAY. Make sure that's the same. Then go in. So now we're going to open up that. We're not going to convert it to DOS format. But as you can see here, this is the JSON file. And what we do is this ID with the colon, we want to go between these two quotes right here after the colon, but we don't want to get rid of the quotes, and do TAZZ TazPlay. Alright, so everything is named now. And now if we anyway, so now we can go and back to our launcher. Now it won't know of our TazPlay profile. It won't be in here yet. See, notice it's not there, and it's not even under the oops, it's not even under here. So we actually have to close and reopen our launcher. So I'll just do that real quick and go to fraps 20, 720. Okay, now if we come in here and we do our add profile, we can call this one TAZZ TazPlay. And we want to set our version to release TazPlay. Now because we copied that from the 152, this is actually going to be 152. Game directory is going to be TazPlay. Say copy. Alright, and we don't need to do that. Let's go ahead, and this will also set up for when I'm using fraps. 1296 by 758, and we'll allot it 2 gigs, which is all good. Alright, so now this profile, which is TazPlay, will use the TazPlay one that we just created in versions here. It'll use this guy. And the reason that works is because when we've renamed everything properly and then changed the value inside that JSON file, it now recognizes it, because when this loads, it reads that. Now, one thing that's important to note is because TazPlay is custom, it will only be local only. It will never have updates. The other ones like 152 and 161 will give you the sync status telling you it's either up to date with remote or will update from remote or something along those lines. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and switch our profile now to the TazPlay. And we're going to type in Kirby Fam. Let's make sure I got it right that time. And password. And it's going to launch. Now there's not going to be anything really different about this one. From the 152, because right now it's just regular 152. So here's where we start having more fun. Okay, so we're going to quit the game, and now we're going to mod our TazPlay version. So let's go ahead, and we need our 152. These are the mods. I've already downloaded them all, and I put them in this directory. This is just for my own reference. So these two actually go in what used to be the Minecraft jar file. These go in the mods folder. These go in the core mods folder. But you won't have that on your system as a default. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, as you see, it did create that for us. We're going to go ahead, and the very first thing we need to do to get mods usually working more than a single mod is to actually install Minecraft Forge. So we're going to go ahead and come here, do close, and we are going to right click on our TazPlay jar. We're going to say open with, and we're going to use our WinRAR. Okay, now the first thing, just like old mods that you needed to do, is delete the meta.inf file. So we're going to get rid of the meta.info file. And then we're simply going to come over here, we're going to do a Control A, and we're going to drag it over into this area that doesn't have a label on it. In other words, it might try and put it in a folder. So put it way over here. And for those of you that want WinRAR, you can do the evaluation copy forever. I haven't registered it on this system yet. But you get it at rarlabs.com, RARLABS.com. Alright, so now we just wait for this to finish. And there we go. Now it's moving everything over. Now if we close out both these jar files, so we just modified this jar file right here. And we're going to go ahead, minimize that, and you'll notice when we click play on the TazPlay one now, sorry I had to step away for a minute, maybe you didn't even know I was gone. Alright, well let's continue anyway. So anyway, we just went ahead and did our update to the jar file. So now we click play, we get the Forge mod loader popping up. And now you can see we're now running Minecraft with Forge mod loader. So now this is just the mod loader, but we still need actual mods. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and quit the game, and we're going to install all the mods and one other that I don't use in TazPlay but is very good to know how to install. So let's go ahead and we'll see in our TazPlay, whoop, wrong TazPlay, that's our versions TazPlay. In our TazPlay folder itself, it's created all the info we need. And here are the mods we are going to install. Now the mods I have is Raise Minimap, custom mob spawner, which is actually a requirement of Dr. Zark's Mo Creatures, inventory tweaks, which is the thing that automatically switches my pickaxe. When a pickaxe breaks, it switches it with a new pickaxe. And then in the core mods folder we have Code Chicken Core, which is required by Not Enough Items, and GUI API, which is required by Mo Creatures. And to do that, you can just go do a search on Google for Mo Creatures, and that will pull up links to the GUI API, Mo Creatures, and Custom Mob Spawner. Do a search for Ray Minimap or Ray's Minimap, and that will pull up a link for that. Inventory tweaks will pull up a link for that. And if you do not enough items, it'll pull up a link that takes you to not enough items and the code chicken core. Now, the way to install these is actually really easy, and I did grab the wrong one after all. Is that the one we want? Yes. Okay, so now we'll see if we go into our main Minecraft install folder that the mods are actually being ran within your main Minecraft directory. Now, I don't know if in the future with the mod loader, if it'll actually be able to do it. There is a version for 1.6 out, but I haven't seen any mods yet really that go for it. And maybe that will put it in the individual profiles so you could actually have different mods. But the way it is right now to have mods, if you use a version that uses the mod loader, it's going to load all mods no matter what that are in here. So enough of that. Let's go ahead and start with the core mods. All we have to do is take these files that we downloaded from the web, and I found all of these. Be careful of a lot of Minecraft download sites. I always use the Minecraft forums. If the link goes there, then I usually trust it okay. So we're just going to grab all three of these, and we're going to copy them into the core mods folder, and we're going to go here to the other ones, and you'll notice that the core mods folder ones are all jar files, and that's how you download them. Now in the mods folder, there's like Ray's Minimap, Custom Mob Spawner, and Mo Creatures. You can simply just take the zip files and copy them over. You don't have to actually take over or open these up and copy individual files. Now inventory tweaks you downloaded, and it is a jar file. So we're just going to copy those over. And we are going to do one other thing that I don't have on my thing, but we're going to actually do Optifine, and we're going to install that into our where's our versions? Here we go. We're going to install that into our Minecraft jar, so to speak. So let's go ahead and open with again, and here's our Taz play jar file, and we're going to open up this optifine.zip, and we're going to grab everything from here, Control A, and we're going to copy it into the jar file. Now once again, because we're modifying the jar file, wrong button, actually not wrong button, wrong window, and that one. Once again, because we're making modifications to this, it's important that you delete the meta.inf file. Alright, so now meta.inf is now gone. We can go ahead and close this, and we'll go ahead and minimize these. And we're going to click play once again. Now if we did everything right, Minecraft should actually launch. Do 720p. So Minecraft launch, as you can see, we have Optifine. If we go into the mods, we have our code chicken core. There's not enough items, GUI API, Ray's Minimap, Dr. Zark's custom mob spawner, Dr. Zark's Mo Creatures, and inventory tweaks. So there we go. We have all our mods working through the new launcher. And just to show you, I'm going to pause the video right here real quick. I'm going to put in my Taz Play server information, and we're going to go on there and verify that everything's working. So hold on just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, there was one last thing I needed to do. I'm not DerbyFam's not whitelisted on my server, so I just remembered I actually have to log on as Tazman. So I went ahead and relaunched this as me now. And let's go ahead and you'll see here's my server. Double click it. And you can see we can hear horrible, horrible sounds outside. And we know no creatures as we're getting. Oh, this lag is horrible. The lag is probably because if you're seeing the lag too, it's because I'm running Snagit, which is more of a resource hog, I believe, than Fraps. So we can hear ghasts and all kinds of horrible things out there. We can hear wraiths, which means no creatures are working. Hello? And oh, there's a wraith right there. So we left control. Look, our zoom's working. And so there you go. We are on the TazPlay server. Everything is working. And we're using the new Minecraft launcher and such. So hopefully you guys found this tutorial slash how-to. I guess tutorial is a how-to. But oh, this lag is horrible. I need my fraps. Anyway, hopefully you guys found this useful. And if so, click the thumbs up button down below. It really helps me a whole lot. If nothing else, if you click that, it helps me get better recognition on YouTube, puts me in better placements on searches, so other people will be able to find this video also. And just overall, it just helps a lot, and I'd appreciate it. Aside from that, guys, it is dark in here. Comment, like, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, I will be seeing you later. Bye.